Okay guys, welcome back to the channel, and I'm going to continue with the Lunak starboard wing build. Part 13 saw the partial bare bones completion of the port wing, and I haven't touched it, haven't done anything else to it other than take it off the board basically. So I'm now going to get the starboard wing, see how quickly I can put it together using experience of this one. So let's just pop that one safely over there. I mean, there's a lot of work left to do on that wing, of course. Huge amount. Anyway, I've started, so let's have a look. I've moved it down a little bit this time as well, so as I can reach the far end, but I've still got plenty of room at the end of the board. So first job is to fit the lower main spar down. And I put one pin at the end so as it doesn't move any further down. Put a couple here just to hold that in place. Okay, worth noting, don't put a pin where there's a rib because it's only going to be in the way. So here's my box of bits from earlier. All these bits are going to be needed for the build. That's my piece of trailing edge, which I'll cut to go in there. That I can leave over length. That's going to go in there. Something like that. And I'll just get all the bits out and start placing it in order, and then I'll come back to you. I think be best while I work things out. Cheers guys. Because these slots don't line up with the ribs exactly, they run out a little bit and then run back in. It's cut off the plan, it's just the way this plan is. So what I'm going to do is to glue the ribs into here and then turn the whole lot over and glue them onto the main spar, so glue it in as a batch. So, and I'll glue that into there and I'll put it in, so that will clip into there. That's the theory anyway. We all like a nice bit of theory, don't we? So I'll just cut all these ribs down into the 3 sections, guys, and I'll be back in a minute. Just trying to get the glue even and no closer to either edge. Now let's put it on. Tell you what, actually, this wing is coming on really quickly. I'm really quite very pleased with it. Let's just join that to that. It's a decent overlap, isn't it? Okay, I'll just drop that in there, like that. And flop around at the end there for the minute, won't matter. And we'll just put a peg or two on there to hold it. In fact, I will put a weight on it. In fact, what I can do is put that weight across from there to there. Perfect. Right, I'm going to stop there for a minute, guys. We'll let this set and then we'll crack on with it in a little while. You might notice I've got the ruler going down the back here. That guarantees that that is dead straight, because it needs to be dead straight, because I'm going to build the aileron dead straight. If that's not dead straight, we're going to be in trouble. So what I'll do, I'll continue working my way down, and when I get to the bottom I'll focus my attention back onto the top end of the wing. I've got the leading edge bits to put in yet, but I won't put them in yet because I've got to set a piece of wood up, or cut a piece of wood that would form the false leading edge, and that will give me the height of the ribs, because there's a small degree of potential inaccuracy to creep in there, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay guys, welcome back. So I've made a bit of progress. I've put in the ribs and half ribs, cut and scaled. I think that one might be slightly too big, but it'll stand to match. all the way to the end. The only thing I haven't done is up this end now. I can't put these in until I've got the main spar brass rectangular piece in. Same with this piece here. I could put this one in. This one went together a lot quicker because on the other wing I didn't know how much of a taper it went down under each riblet, but on this one I know it's 6mm down to 2mm, so I've cut a piece of wood, joined it, and then cut it down to 6mm and 2mm at the far end. So now each rib just sits down onto that, and it's also given me a guide to line up the front edges. They'll want slightly tweaking, I expect, but they're just about there. That one's slightly over. So what do we got left then? We've got that one there and that one there. I think if you were building from a kit, as long as it was accurately built, this would come together really quickly. But when you have to stop and make your parts, it all takes a little bit longer, but the satisfaction is a little more greater, which is greater. Just using the block to get it upright, and then it stays there. One to go. Block in there. Okay, right. Let's just put a block there and a block there, just to make sure everything is flat. And this will put there's one there that everything will be held flat then. So there we are then, guys. That's the rear riblets in. A bits of plywood to go either side of hit the main spot. I'm also going to glue the component in place. Right, first of all I'm going to glue in the actual brass piece. Oops, bit runny. Let's bring that back to there. And put it on top there. The end underneath there. Back a little bit. Put some on here. Underneath. And finally some right on this end here. Most of it will get squeezed off, but I shall catch it and push it in. There we go. Okay. Okay, now we can start putting in the little pieces. Just for good measure, I'm going to add some to the actual brass itself, just to make sure everything is coated. Right, number one goes at the back, goes in there, on top of there, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to run a bit down the side there because it's all going to get scraped off, and I'll put it in like that. Squeeze it out. Okay. Number 6 goes in there. Now I can get the other riblets in. I'm just going to go over this and make sure everything is tickety-boo. And there we go. I've just mixed up some epoxy and put it on the top of the plywood parts. So I'll just run some white glue down here and we'll pop the top spar in. Satisfied is that a I'm going to sand the leading edge here, just to make sure all these are equal, and cut myself a leading edge, false leading edge piece to go on. And then I think the wing will have caught up the other one. And we can look at the next stage. I didn't want to go further on the next stage on the other wing until this one had caught it up. Basically, I'd forget what little wrinkles I used to get it to this stage, little tips. I have to watch back my own video. So let me just mark the angle of that. That can go on there then. There's a little tip for you, if you're trying to cut something like this, just put another piece of wood under the ruler. It worked really well, doesn't it? Take that blade down still. I've got a line to follow now. Like that. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I watched the video just now, and the chap explaining what he was doing has a habit that I've got, and it annoys me that I do it, and that is to start a sentence and I don't finish it because I'm focused on what I'm doing, and then I realise I haven't finished my sentence and I'll put the final word in, and then I've got to edit the space out if it's too big because it annoys me, and so I'm making more work for myself by editing out spaces in my speech. So if it does annoy you, don't worry, I am aware of it and I am trying to correct it. Right, we'll leave that to dry for a second, and then I'll go back over and we'll just stick that on. Okay, let's get that on before it runs off. This will just hold it a minute. There we go. Good. See, quick as that. Oh no, I built two the same size. What I've got to do now then is to sand everything. Sand the front, bring this down, sheet the leading edge, sheet the back edge as well. I'm going to sheet this, and I'm going to put cap strips between. Lots to do, lots to do, lots of lovely building to do. Just unpinning the wing, and we're going to lift it off. I think that's all the pins. Yeah, okay, let's give it a go. and the structure appears. Look at that. There we are. Another wing. I'm just going to trim down the ends here and offer the wing up to the fuselage and see how it looks. There's the port wing on. Now if I cut down the steels I can put the starboard wing on and we've got an aeroplane, which is pretty cool. Let's just take a picture of it like that, bodged up. I think my phone is saying it's nearly full, guys, so if this goes off, you've seen the best part of the video.